Hello everyone, good morning again from Oahu. Today I got another day packed full of eating, maybe some shopping as well. But first things first, we gotta head down to breakfast again, and I hope to try maybe a couple new dishes. I just got my food here at breakfast, but hopefully you can hear me okay because they are cleaning the floors, and I swear, right now it sounds probably louder than it was on my flight over here. For my first dish, I ordered the omelet filled with the crispy fried poke because I enjoyed that fried poke so much yesterday for lunch. I'm hoping that this will be another sort of version of that, but a little bit different since this time it's mixed into an omelet. Here we go. I got a nice juicy bite of omelet along with huge cubes of tuna, I believe. Oh, this is really nice. I love the omelet. It's very buttery, just like the scrambled eggs I had yesterday. It's topped off with cheese, and what also makes a big difference is they top it with raw green onion, which goes great with the poke. Although for me, I would say I wouldn't mind a fish a little bit less on the cooked side, as this definitely tastes like a well-done, crispy fried poke. Whereas the one I had yesterday was more of like a seared poke. But either way, it's still tasty. And to me, tuna is just like the steak of the ocean, which makes for a really filling omelet. The portions here are actually very reasonable as well. I mean, this is a pretty darn hefty portion because it is definitely filling. You will not leave breakfast here at Redfish hungry ever. But now I'm gonna go for another dish because I also got a sweet dish for the table. This is their bananas French toast. It's 3 slices of French toast drenched in syrup, and then it's covered in caramelized bananas as well as some of those same caramelized macadamia nuts that I had yesterday on the pancakes. Here we go. I just got a bite that's loaded up. Oh, that is just wonderful. I love that the French toast isn't soggy. It's really nice and crisp on the outside, light and fluffy in the middle, not mushy. And then I love the flavor of the maple syrup and how that goes along with the fresh, farm sweet, caramelized bananas as well as the nuts. And honestly, surprisingly, it's not overly sweet. And now I want to go for a bite with what I believe is some coconut cream on the side. Let's just go ahead and dunk this in and just use it as a spoon and scoop up some of that coconut cream. I mean, this almost looks like a coconut custard. Oh, that is dangerous because that is where this already sweet dish can become extremely sweet, but I still don't mind because it's so tasty. It's just got the full fat coconut milk in there, which makes it really heavy and coconutty, and I just feel all the flavor and fat from the coconut coating all my taste buds. And to me, banana and coconut is just like a Hawaiian tropical bliss combination. I just finished up a filling yet satisfying breakfast, and now I'm heading on a short 10-minute walk to the International Marketplace just to do a bit of shopping and burn off some calories before lunch because I got an awesome lunch reservation. Here we go. Even when I'm not eating food, I'm still thinking about food. This is the Honolulu Cookie Company. This is just one of their many shops in Oahu, and it's probably my go-to place for souvenirs when I'm in Oahu because I love food souvenirs. What I love is they always have free samples, and then they also give you a complimentary full-size chocolate dip cookie here. Well, these look new and really good. They got yuzu mini bites, and I love yuzu, which is Japanese citrus. They also got a special limited edition one. They got the strawberry matcha. This also looks amazing. The strawberry matcha is one of my favorite combinations. These are all of my favorites. I always love the guava, the pineapple, as well as the mango. It looks like they also have full-size yuzu, and these are limited edition, so I'm probably going to have to buy quite a few of these as well. This is another one of my all-time favorites, the dark triple chocolate macadamia, because there's so much chocolate going on. This is my oversized bag stuffed full of cookies for my friends, as well as also I probably bought too many cookies for myself, but now I think I have time to hit a couple more stores before lunch. This is the other shop I really wanted to check out, which is Manoa Chocolate, because they have all Hawaiian-made chocolate with all sorts of fun tropical flavors. Oh, this looks good. You got hot cocoa mix. This would be perfect for back home right now where we're having a cold freeze. You also got honey with cocoa nibs. This looks really good because I love cocoa nibs. Oh, this looks really nice. It looks like they have a special Oahu bar made with Oahu chocolate. They also have one from the Big Island of Hawaii, another one from Oahu, another one from the Big Island of Hawaii. and another one from Oahu as well. So it looks like they got pretty much all the islands. These are also really exciting ones because I love the look of all these fruity flavors. I gotta get a sample of this lilikoi just to make sure this one's good because I love passion fruit. Oh, the tartness on that one's really nice because it blends perfectly with the dark chocolate. I actually like that there's no pieces of actual fruit in there because it really maintains the rich, smooth texture of the chocolate. I also gotta try the mango as well. Oh, the mango's really nice. I like that it's more subtle at the beginning. You definitely get a forefront of the chocolate, and then at the end, you get this sweet, sort of honey, mango-y taste. Also gotta try this kahalulu because this one is from Oahu. Oh, that is beautiful. I love the forefront because it has a really tart, fruity flavor, even though there's no fruit added into it. It's just a natural flavor of the beans. And at the end, you get a real nice nutty flavor, almost like a cross between an almond and a macadamia nut. I just picked up all my chocolates and it came along with this complimentary insulated bag, so hopefully that'll keep it from melting on my short walk back to the hotel. And these are just amazing. I mean, I loved all the fruity flavors. I also tried a couple of the other Hawaiian plain dark chocolates, which were also amazing, and this is some of the best chocolate you'll ever taste, and it definitely makes for a great gift. I mean, all these chocolates are single origin, they're all made in Hawaii, so this is just like top quality cocoa, and for the price at around $10 to $12 a bar, I don't think it's too bad. I just made a quick pit stop at the hotel to drop my stuff off, and now I'm gonna be heading to one of my favorite restaurants in Oahu. I'm heading to the Pig and the Lady, which is known for their modern Vietnamese cuisine. I went to their old location on my last trip in Chinatown, but earlier, just a few months ago, they opened up a new location that is much bigger and more updated and modern, so I'm excited to check it out, and I've heard from the reviews that their food is just as good, and I cannot wait. Here we are, the Pig and the Lady, and since today is a Sunday and it can get quite popular, I made sure to get a reservation here a couple weeks ago. The first dish that we got for the table is this Burmese tea leaf and papaya salad, which I'm guessing is kind of like a cross between a Burmese tea leaf salad and a Thai papaya salad. And those are two of my favorite Asian salads. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot all the ingredients in here because there's so much. There's like multiple fried shallots and maybe some garlic. It's also topped off with alfalfa sprouts. And I'm just gonna try to get a bite with as much of the ingredients as possible. Oh, this is just so complex. I mean, the first thing I taste is a burst of the sour lemon here. Then I get the crisp and the crunch and a refreshing taste of all the green papaya. I also get the flavor from the tea leaves, which has a mild sort of vegetable taste. And then there's some brightness from the fried garlic as well, the fried shallots. There's also fried mung beans for some even more crispy crunch. And now I want to get a bite with the jalapeno just for some spice, because that's really all it was missing. Oh, that is addictive. I love the thin crunch of the jalapeno because it really brings a spicy, burning chili flavor, which makes this even more addicting. I mean, I feel like this is the perfect start to the meal. It's all the salty, savory, sour, and refreshing flavors really get your palate acclimated and ready to enjoy a huge meal. Next, I'm gonna be trying their saimin, and they have their own special twist on this. These are long egg noodles topped off with shrimp as well as fried shallots. We also got some ground meat as well as some barbecue pork, as well as bean sprouts, all sorts of goodies. And this is a classic Hawaiian dish, but it definitely looks spruced up and made a little bit more fancy. And then what's also special is they give you a little bit of hot broth on the side. Okay, I just gotta give this a big mix so we get all the ingredients just blended and combined together. I can already feel the pull and stretch of these egg noodles, so it feels really promising. Alright, I'm just gonna go for a bite of noodles first, just a quick dunk to rehydrate them in a broth, and then let's just go in for a bite. Oh man, their soup stocks are just insane here. I mean, I remember last time I had their pho, which was really good, but this soup broth is equally good. I mean, it's so complex. This is like the definition of savory, meaty, and umami. I mean, the first thing I taste is the flavor of the shrimp broth in here. Really get all that natural seafood sweetness. And then I get the sweetness and meatiness of the pork. It's so rich and it tastes like it's been cooked forever. I almost get some slightly nutty hints as well. And it's so light and refreshing. It's not too heavy at all. And their noodles taste like freshly made too. They're really eggy and perfectly chewy since they're not soaked in a broth at all. They're literally just dipped in for a few seconds, which gives them a really nice flavor and a perfect texture. I'm telling you, this is a game-changing sai mein, because typically I think a sai mein is a really soggy, mushy dish, because typically the noodles are just soaking in a burning hot broth and they get overboiled, but not here. I mean, this is how sai mein should be. And now I'm gonna go in for the chashu pork. The chashu on its own is quite nice. It's really thin. I love the caramelized sticky outside, and best of all, it's not too sweet. The only thing is, it is a little bit dry for me, so I'm just gonna rehydrate it in a broth, and I think we should be in business. Yep, that's definitely the way to go. Just dip every single element in this bowl into the broth, because it'll just rehydrate everything and make everything delicious. Gotta go in for a shrimp as well. Oh, the shrimp is just delicately steamed, buttery, soft, and melts in your mouth. And just with the broth and all the other elements, this is amazing. This is actually my dad's dish, so I'm really glad he let me try it. And honestly, I'm starting to wish that I got this, because this is fantastic. The only thing I will say is this is an incredibly sizable portion. I mean, just the noodles themselves are a tad bit oily, especially with all the fried ingredients. And this is one heck of a dish, but it will fill you up. My mom ordered the Hainan chicken rice, and this definitely looks like a more reasonable portion, not super big, so I'm just gonna get a small taste of this. Alright, I'm just gonna go for one piece of chicken, and I'm gonna dip it in the scallion oil on the side. Oh, if you like tender chicken, this is gonna be your dish. And I do like tender chicken, because this has just been so delicately poached. I mean, I'm starting to wonder if it was like sous vide or something. The second you bite into the chicken, it just crumbles and kind of dissolves on your tongue. And the skin is also really easy to chew through. It just kind of dissolves into chicken oil, which sort of flavors all the meat as you're chewing it. And it is just wonderful. And dipped in the scallion oil, it just brings even more delicious, fresh, herby flavors. Of course, I gotta go for a bite of rice, and this is a little bit different than your typical chicken rice, because this time the rice has been dressed up in a sweet soy sauce, whereas the sweet soy sauce, in my opinion, at least for Singapore chicken rice, is usually used as a dipping sauce. So this will be interesting to see what the rice is like. Rice is solid. I will say it's a bit on the moist side, maybe too moist, but it does have a chicken stock flavor, and I enjoy the sauce. However, I will say the highlight of this dish is the chicken and not the rice maybe. But now I want to go for the broth on the side, which is full of green onions and cilantro. And like I said, all the broths here blow me away. Okay, while most of the broths blow me away, this one is just a solid broth. It's your classic clear chicken broth that's served on the side with chicken rice. You just got some clean tasting flavors. It's very neutral, just with a little bit of cilantro as well as green onion. And it's just a perfect thing to take a sip of the broth and then a bite of chicken. It doesn't get that much better. Now for my dish, which is their signature dish. This is their French dip, which is a traditional banh mi stuffed with brisket. And then you dip it in their pho 75 broth, which I had last time, and they're just regular pho 75 with all the noodles and meat. And this broth was seriously the best pho broth I've ever had in my life. You know what, before I dip the sandwich in, I just want to try this broth first, just to see if it's as good as I remember. Okay, maybe don't do what I just did, because I think my head and my tongue was about to explode, because it's basically like a concentrate of their traditional broth, because I did taste all the flavors, but it was incredibly salty. So now I'm just gonna go in for the regular banh mi and dip it in, because that's definitely how it's supposed to be tried. Do not drink the broth on its own. Oh, that's very solid. The key is you gotta dip it quick and then eat it. And so if you do that, the bread will still maintain this nice crispiness and airiness. Love the saltiness and flavor of the broth. And then the meat itself, the brisket, is very well cooked. It's fall apart tender. It's got a nice strip of fat, and it's not overly rich. And then if you need to, if you just take a huge bite, and you have plenty of the cilantro, as well as the pickled veggies, which kind of cut down some of the richness. I think I need to go in for another bite, just to get some more of the fresh veggies. Oh, that was great too. This is my second bite. As I've gotten in further, I got some taste of fresh onions, which are really nice and crispy and crunchy. Just awesome. Overall, fantastic dishes, but I would say today, my favorite dishes were the tea leaf and papaya salad because it was so fresh and flavorful. And then I also really enjoyed that Simon. And I think what I found here is my favorite dishes here tend to be the noodle soups. So if you're coming here, I would just say go for a noodle soup because you really can't go wrong with it. But the other dishes are great as well. They're just maybe not as mind-blowing to me. I just finished up a great meal here at the Pig and the Lady, and this is by far still on my list of my top places to eat in Oahu. And no, the eating does not end. Now I'm going to be heading off to the famous Leonard's Bakery for their malasadas, and for me, it's pretty much like a pilgrimage there. Every time I come to Oahu, I cannot miss out on their filled malasadas. I just picked up my malasadas and I decided I had to try two. First one I'm gonna try is my favorite, which is the coconut haupia filling, which is basically like a coconut custard. Oh, that is fantastic. I mean, it's just as I remember it. You got the thin, crispy, light and airy, fluffy dough on the outside. You got the thin layer of granulated sugar on the outside, and then the inside is just like a coconut custard filling. And to be honest, it actually tastes exactly like the same coconut custard I had on my French toast this morning. Super sweet and delicious, and you really can't go wrong with this because this is my favorite filling. However, I do want to try the next one I got. Okay, the other one I had to try was their special flavor that they have right now. I believe it's the flavor of the month, which is the lilikoi or passion fruit. And this is a flavor I've never had before, even though I've gone to Leonard's so many times I lost count. Oh, that's delicious as well. It's the same smooth custard. This time it's a little bit of tang from the passion fruit. However, I will state it's still very sweet. And it's actually a little bit sweeter than I remembered, but I still don't mind. And this is a must try if you're into donuts. You gotta stop by Leonard's here in Honolulu. If you've been to Oahu before, you might have noticed that Leonard's has multiple food trucks and stuff around the island, but you gotta come here to the original spot because this is where I find the malasadas are the tastiest and the most consistent. I know I just took my last bite of malasada, but I couldn't help but head to Ululani Shave Ice, which, no exaggeration, is literally across the street from Leonard's Bakery. I've had a lot of people tell me that Ululani's is the best shave ice they've ever had in their life, and originally they opened their first store in Maui, and since then they've expanded to multiple locations across the islands and in Oahu, and I knew I had to try this spot since it's literally right across from Leonard's Bakery. You know, I'll be honest, I've already been eating like crazy today. I mean, after that large lunch, I had a malasada, and then immediately afterwards, I gotta get some shave ice. But at least for me, I know a lot of people like to joke that they have a second stomach for dessert, but when I'm in Hawaii, I honestly feel like I have a third stomach for dessert. So that being said, let's see what they have in there, because I already know there's gonna be lots of syrups, and they're known for using fresh fruit syrup, and I can't wait to just get a loaded up shave ice. I just ordered my shave ice and I had to get the no ka'oi, which on their menu is a set item. It's also known as the best, and this is a mixture of coconut as well as mango and passion fruit, and those are three flavors I would normally gravitate towards anyways with shave ice. And I gotta start off with the coconut, and I will say they just are pros at making the shave ice, because I noticed as they made the shave ice, they poked little holes into the shave ice before adding the syrup so that it soaks in and fully flavors the ice, and this almost looks like a mini version of the moon, just with all the little craters filled with syrup. I gotta start off with the coconut first. Oh, this has got the perfect texture. I really like the firmness of the ice, because when you bite into it, it has a nice firmness to it, but it's like firmly packed powder snow because it just dissolves the second it touches your tongue. There's no crunch, but it also doesn't feel really mushy and watery either, like a slushy. And now I want to go for what I believe to be might be the mango, since it looks like a little bit lighter. I think the dark one might be the passion fruit, but here we go. That's the passion fruit, and that absolutely tastes like a fresh passion fruit. It tastes like you got some fresh passion fruit, squeezed out all the juice, and just added a touch of sugar just to take away the tang, but not too much. I mean, you still get the zestiness, but it is not too sweet. It just tastes very fresh and natural. Finally, I gotta end off with the mango, and you already can tell by looking at it that it's all natural because it has a really deep and rich looking yellow color. It doesn't look like super neon yellow. Oh, the mango might just be the best flavor. I mean, typically mangoes are a really sugary fruit, but this one to me actually tastes just like pure mango because it has a really beautiful richness and tartness, and actually don't really taste too much added sugar, which I really enjoy because it feels like I'm just getting the pure essence of the mango fruit and just mixed with ice. I mean, that's all you need when you got really high quality, fresh tropical fruit in a place like Hawaii. I just finished up here at Ululani's, and I gotta say that this is my new favorite shave ice that you can find on Oahu. I mean, in the past, I would say my favorite is Matsumoto's on the North Shore because I have really enjoyed some of their shave ice in the past, but it turns out I really enjoy the natural taste of Ululani's. Like, to me, the fact that they're using all natural fruit syrups is, to me, what makes the quality difference, and just the texture of their ice, to me, is pretty much perfect. It doesn't really get much better. So yeah, if you're looking for a quality, tasty shave ice in Oahu, I mean, even if you've eaten an enormous amount of food all day, I would say pretty much without a doubt, you still gotta make it over here to Ululani's. That was great, but I definitely need another food break. So now I'm just gonna head over to Ala Moana Center, which is like the biggest shopping mall here on Oahu. And I'm just gonna spend some time just walking around, trying to desperately burn off some of the calories I gained just now before dinner. Here at Ala Moana, I just decided to stop at the Big Island Candy Company right behind me for their sweets, because I do also enjoy their shortbread cookies, just like Honolulu Cookie Company, and I also really enjoy their brownies, which are filled with macadamia nuts. This is their macadamia nut shortbread box. This is a crowd pleaser and it never disappoints. Yep, these are one of my favorites, the dark chocolate covered macadamia nut brownies. These are ultra rich, but trust me, if you're a chocolate lover, these are not going to disappoint either. I just stopped by the Foodland here at Ala Moana, so I pretty much end up stopping by here on every single trip to Oahu. So the street continues, and I decided to pick up some local rambutan as well as some local passion fruit, since I find the fruit quality, specifically at this Foodland, always tends to be pretty good. I made it back to the car, and I probably spent over an hour and a half walking around Ala Moana, since I actually ended up parking on the opposite side of the mall away from Foodland, but that's okay, because I had to burn off all the calories from all the food I ate earlier today. And now I'm just gonna head back to the hotel to relax for a bit before heading off to dinner. I just finished resting up at the hotel for a bit, and as you can tell, it's a little bit darker now, and I'm heading off to dinner at Zigu, which is actually only gonna be a short, like 10-minute walk or so from the Wayfinder here, and it is a Japanese izakaya. They're particularly known for their sashimi, as well as their fresh sushi, so I think I'm gonna get a couple pieces of nigiri sushi, and maybe a main entree as well, since the only thing is their food is a bit on the pricier side. I just ordered my food here at Zigu, and I decided to get several types of sushi, as well as the ginger pork. The ginger pork is right off to the side, and it is just screaming hot. I mean, it is just boiling and sizzling away. Alright, here we go. I'm looking forward to this because it's made with Big Island ginger. Oh, that is great. I love that the ginger pork comes out on a sizzling platter, but yes, it makes a difference. Because one, there's a lot of sugar in the sauce, so when it's on that sizzling platter, the sauce really caramelizes, and then the pork also gets fried a bit on a hot iron and gets really crispy. I love the fresh, juicy onions as well, because it's just like a sponge for the sweet and savory sauce. And then the ginger in there is very mild. It's not spicy at all. It's just rich and aromatic and adds to the flavor of the dish. And I found that pretty much anytime you go to a Japanese restaurant in the States, you're always going to get a great ginger pork. I also got some sushi as well. The one closest to me is the amberjack from Kona, which is the big island. I also had to try the ahi, which is local from Oahu. And then they had some special types from Japan. This is the hamachi from the Japan. And then also today they had another special from Japan, which is the chutoro, which is medium fatty tuna, which is actually one of my favorites. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the amberjack because I'm really curious to see how it's gonna be, and I feel like it's one of the more mild tasting fish as well. Oh, that is incredible. The amberjack definitely reminds me of a lightly fatty tuna. Just as you bite into it, all the natural oils and fats of the fish ooze out, and it's so clean tasting, yet rich at the same time. Another key aspect is the rice, which I find often isn't done well outside Japan. It's very lightly packed. It's not overly vinegared either, and it's not too strong. It's just perfectly cooked and complements the fish. Now I'm gonna go for the ahi from Oahu, which I already know is great because I've already been eating it pretty much every day this whole trip. Oh, I already knew the ahi was going to be great because, like I said, I haven't had any bad ahi tuna yet in Oahu, and the key is, like I said earlier, the rice is just done perfectly here. I mean, it's just not overly vinegared, and it really complements the fish without overpowering it. Now I'm going to move on to the hamachi, which is just a clean white fish, and one of my go-tos when I'm in Japan. Wow, I'm impressed with that hamachi. It's actually very fresh tasting, even though it's been imported from Japan. I mean, to me, it tastes just as good as the hamachi you'll get in Tokyo. So by that, I mean it's not the super high end on a fish quality as far as Japanese sushi goes, but as far as sushi goes in Japan, it's definitely a really solid option. And the fact that I can get hamachi of that quality in Hawaii is extremely impressive. Alright, I'm gonna be ending with my final one, which is the chutoro, which was the daily special today, imported from Japan. And this is one of my favorites because it's medium fatty tuna. I mean, they had the otoro, and that was $18, and the chutoro was $12. And I think for value and taste, this is gonna be where your bang for your buck is gonna be. Oh, the chutoro is incredible. Again, just as good as if it was from Tokyo. Very clean tasting, just slightly oily, and so pleasant and satisfying. Yeah, I gotta say, without a doubt, this is the best sushi I've had outside of Japan. I mean, like I said, as far as sushi goes, this is like your average, if not slightly above average, Tokyo quality sushi. So I'm telling you, if you got sushi cravings when you're in Hawaii, definitely come here to Zigu. I mean, I know it's not cheap, so that's why I recommend just getting a few pieces on the side, but it is really high quality sushi. I made it back from dinner, and I definitely do recommend Zigu if you're looking for Japanese food, specifically in Waikiki, because to me, the highlight for sure was just the quality of all their fish. I mean, next time, I might even try some of the sashimi there, because the sushi was great, and the sashimi will be great as well. That being said, I do want some dessert still, and for dessert, I'm going to try some of that fruit I got earlier at Foodland. First, I want to start off with this lilikoi, also known as passion fruit, and the reason I got this is because when I was looking at the fruit section, I saw a local guy who was getting a whole bunch of these, and he said that they're amazing, so I had to give it a taste because personally, I love passion fruit. That being said, I've never had yellow passion fruit, but I want to see if I can get into this with just a butter knife. I'm thinking I might actually need to use a fork to maybe make a hole in it and then see if I can get in with the butter knife, because this is literally just like sliding around, because I mean, I'm telling you, passion fruit are not that easy to get into. You know, it wasn't super easy. You do have to be careful, but if you're in a hotel that only has just forks and butter knives, you can get into a passion fruit. You just have to carefully pierce a hole, and then I just was able to get the tip of this butter knife in, and now as you can see, I could just kind of carefully go around the passion fruit just like really slowly, because it's almost like a hard shell. It's definitely not like a typical fruit skin. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it got a super pulpy one. I just have one piece, and I also did lose quite a bit of juice opening it as well. I'm gonna give this a taste. At least the smell, it definitely does smell sweeter than the purple passion fruits I'm used to, because one of my friends actually grows purple passion fruits in a yard in California, and I love them, but they definitely do have a much more tart, sort of fragrant perfume-like scent. This one smells a lot more subtle, a little bit more sweet, maybe with some mango hints as well. So I think this will be a lot sweeter in taste. You know what? Even though this is local lilikoi from here on Oahu, honestly could say I think I like the passion fruit from my friend's yard in California better. Because to me, this one just tastes a little bit more one-dimensional. It just tastes a little bit tart, very slightly tropical, and not a whole lot going on. Whereas the purple ones that my friend grows, they're a lot more fragrant and perfumey and a lot more intense and flavorful, but they're also not sweet either. Both of them are tart, but these are alright. I mean, if you've never had passion fruit, I would still recommend trying this because it's kind of like a whole new experience. Next is rambutan, which is a tropical fruit I know not a lot of people have seen before, and this almost just looks like a red hairy ball, but I'm telling you, this is most likely my favorite tropical fruit, and whenever I'm in any of the Hawaiian Islands, I do try to look for these. And actually, if you got really good skill, the rambutan is one of the fruits that you can open with just your bare hands. You just have to have some decent fingernails, so if you go in here, you can get like a little bit out, and then just make a little hole with your fingernail and then just peel it like an orange. And as you see, once you can get a little bit, it really starts to peel and go quite quick. And once you're done, out pops an opaque and slightly gelatinous filling fruit. And the smell is really quite nice. It's very subtle, and this I'm not too sure about, because typically they have a lot more of a rosy and sort of fragrant lychee-like scent, but this one doesn't have a whole lot of scent to it, but it might mean that it's maybe more on a fresh side because the fruit does feel nice and firm. It doesn't feel really wet or watery, so that does make me feel a little bit on a hopeful side. You know what, I'll be honest, I have a little bit mixed opinions about this rambutan. I'll say the pros is it's really fresh. I mean, it comes off the pit really easily. It's nice and gelatinous and juicy. And I will say the only con is it doesn't taste super fragrant or very sweet. It's just very mild and light on the tongue, not sour at all. So actually, if you like fruits that don't taste overly sugary and too rich, you're actually probably gonna really enjoy this. So it would make for a great tropical fruit bowl, just as a little refreshing gelatinous bite. Anyways, that being said, I'm pretty happy with my fruit supply that I got from Foodland. Sure, the passion fruit wasn't as good as I hoped it would be, but it's still, if you've never had passion fruit before, I still highly recommend it, because it's still not bad, it's just not as good as what I'm used to and what I'm fortunate to have. And as far as rambutan goes, if you've never tried it, or if you have tried it many times, I would highly recommend a rambutan. But sure, it's not necessarily the most sweet or the most flavorful rambutan, but what I appreciate is that it's really fresh. And for me, the best part about it is when you bite into it, as long as you eat carefully around the pit, it doesn't really flake off and crumble. Because I find when you get some of the older rambutan that's not as fresh, the second you bite into it, just the fruit kind of sticks to the pit, and then you're basically left eating half pit, half fruit, and it's not all that enjoyable. I mean, the thing is, these rambutans are grown locally, and I could tell it was probably picked today or yesterday because it's very fresh. The only thing is, I think the only reason it wasn't more sweet and more flavorful is it might not have been fully ripe yet. But as far as the freshness goes, can't really beat it. So I would still say, as far as my experiments have gone, I think that Foodland at Ala Moana, for the most part, has some pretty good fruit. Just go for anything that has a local badge on it, and you're probably going to be in a clear. Overall, this was just a fantastic day in Oahu. I mean, I know some people really like to go to Hawaii to hang out on the beach, but this is my kind of day. Just basically eating as much food in one day as humanly possible, and then just kind of walking around, exploring, burning some calories just so I could eat more. That being said, tomorrow's going to be an exciting travel day because I'm going to be heading out to my next and final hotel, which is the Ululani Resort, which I've always wanted to explore. And for me, I think that might be my highlight of the trip, just going there and getting to experience it all for the first time. Anyways, as always, I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure if you did, give it a like, and also make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.